Hello students, today I will discuss on some expected questions on teaching aptitudes. These expected questions are very important for this NET examination. Earlier uh, I have done I have done two videos on teaching aptitude on the expected questions of teaching aptitude. So if you have not watched those videos, then please watch those videos because in this video I will discuss on questions from questions from 11 to 15. In the earlier two videos I have discussed questions from 1 to 10. So these videos are the series on teaching aptitude, and these are the most expected questions on teaching aptitude for this NET examination. So now let's start the video. The first question is, which of the following is the highest level of cognitive ability? The highest level of cognitive ability will be evaluation, because to evaluate, if any teacher want to evaluate, then the teacher will have to know the particular thing, and then teacher have to understand it, and then teacher will have to analyze it, and then only teacher will be able to evaluate the particular thing. So we can say that evaluation will be the highest level of cognitive ability. Next question is achievement test. Achievement tests are commonly used for purpose of making selection for a specific job. This will not be the answer, because job selection is a different type of thing, and there is no relation with job selection and achievement test. Then selecting candidates for a course. If anyone want to select a candidate for a course, then there is no need for achievement test. Identifying strength and weakness of the learner. If we want to identify strength and weakness of the learner, then we will go for formative assessment, not achievement test. And the last option is assessing the amount of learning after teaching. This will be the correct option. In the achievement test, we generally try to assess the amount of learning. Now next question is, what are the characteristics of continuous and comprehensive evaluation? It is very important question. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation, what is the characteristics? What are the characteristics? First option is, it not there are four there are 4 points, and we have to choose the correct points on continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Uh, First point is first point is, it increases the workload on students by taking multiple tests. It is giving us a negative sense, so we can delete it, because in this point we are saying that it increases the workload. It is a very negative sense, so we have to delete it. And second point is, it replaces marks with grade. It is a new update method. It is a good method and good point. Next point is, it evaluates every aspect of the students. So when we are saying that it is a continuous and comprehensive, so we can say that it must evaluate every aspect of the students. Okay, so this is the correct point. And next, it helps in reducing examination phobia. Obviously, continuous and comprehensive evaluation is a most advanced. We can say that it is a most advanced methods of evaluation. And in this, as it is a most advanced method of evaluation, so obviously this method try to reduce the examination phobia. So this is a also good point. So the right option will be option D. So the right option will be option D. Now the next question is on, what are required for good teaching. For good teaching, diagnosis required. Obviously, teacher will have to diagnose uh, the particular teaching, and teaching must and teacher must give will be able to give solutions or remedy. So this is also right point. And then direction, every teaching must have some direction. and then feedback. Obviously feedback increases the quality of teaching, so teaching is the feedback of the teaching is also important. So all the options, all the points are right. Right, so we can say the right option will be option A. Now the last question is the main objective of the students evaluation of teacher are. It is very important. Student evaluation of teacher. Students, it means that students will evaluate the teacher. What is the main objective? The main objective is to gather information about the student weakness. It is most irrelevant point, because on this point and the asked questions are fully contradict to each other. To second point is to make teachers teaching seriously. It is a good point. If we evaluate teacher, and if the evaluation is done by the students, then teacher may take his teaching or her teaching more seriously. So it is a good option, good point. Next point is to help teachers adopt innovative methods of teaching. It is also good because to get good marks from students, teacher will try to adopt innovative method of teaching. Teacher will try to innovative method of teaching, and to make, and teacher will try to make more interesting his or her teaching. And fourth point is to identify the areas of further improvement in teacher traits. It is also a good point. Teacher will be able to identify his or her areas where he can do more improvement, and which will be good for his students. So the right option will be option B. So thanks for watching, and I will soon upload the next videos on the rest part of the expected question on teaching aptitude. So please visit the channel. Thank you for watching.